Let's do what we do best on this channel and just slow down. Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. And today I just want to be quiet in my journal. I just want to have a little go, a little glue, and see what I can put together in my quiet crafting space. And we can reflect on the things that are happening around us and the things that we are seeing on the news and outside of our control. And it's times like that that I think it's great to be able to find a quiet place where you can just be yourself, be quiet, and just be able to think through your thoughts from beginning to end at a peaceful time. And for me, that's either early morning or late at night, when everything's calm and quiet and the world has either gone to sleep or not woken up yet. And it's at those times, because if you live in a place where you've got others to think about, others to navigate around their timings and their needs and their wants and rhythms, then it's hard to try and carve a little space out for you in all of that. But it is important. It's an important part for you to make sure that you're okay and that you give yourself time to just think through what you need to when you're having a particularly confusing week or a day where everything seems to be going in one direction, and then the next thing you know, you're heading someplace else. So this is one of the main reasons why I created the channel, was to be able to be quiet and reflect and have that time for me, but also to connect with others that would benefit from a process such as watching crafts being created before them and inspire them to make their own. So if you've been inspired by watching my videos, or you found value and you found that it is a calming influence and a nice part of your day, something to listen to, which I know you have written in and told me as such, then I think I'm achieving what I set out to do originally, which is to bring a quiet, calming space for people, just as much as I like to entertain with the crafts and also show my tutorials. There are going to be videos here that cater for everybody, and all the different styles and things that we like to get out of a video that involves journaling, whether that's learning processes, or whether that's just having a quiet, calming voice, a friendly voice just to sit with and craft along as you go through your own crafting endeavours. And pay no attention to what I'm up to, but just appreciate having the company, because I've liked that, where I've listened to others as they've gone about their crafts and I've gone about mine, but we're in the same room, like-minded people doing the same things. And it's really comforting to know that there are so many of you out there that are interested in journaling or junk journaling, certainly saving money by recycling papers and hunting for papers. And yeah, we share that in our community here, and we've got a very nice little setup with all the videos made from the lovely talented women and men that are in the junk journaling world. And so welcome if you are new here, and if you're a new subscriber, you can follow along with the videos, dipping in and just sitting and listening is exactly what it's all about, just absorbing the quiet craft that is journaling, especially when we're having a tough week or, well, I don't know. We've been through a lot in the last 3 years, I think, and as you know, the world. And so I think during times like that, it's nice to be able to reach. It's a tool, isn't it, to be able to sit quietly and just watch somebody else craft and drop glue. And my journal is coming from a place of intrigue and interest. I've just allowed myself to be gone into the maze or the labyrinth that is the botanical world and the history of it and local history, and just be able to learn new things that I hadn't paid that much attention to before. And so maybe just allowing it to come together without putting loads of thought in place is all anybody needs right now, as we reflect upon what's happening and what's happened in the past, which absolutely is the same as what we're dealing with in our present and our future. And so looking, and I'll explain that statement by this journal being started its life in Victorian times, and then with the plant hunters it then went into being part of Georgian times, so Victorian to Georgian times, and it's exactly what we're experiencing now. I feel like I want something there. I don't like that join. So just putting together a page quietly, not really thinking too much about it, but bringing in elements that I want to see, things that I like, my favourite things, butterflies, botanics, strips of writing text, all that sort of thing. Just things that are easily put together without too much thought. We don't need anything complicated this week. It's all about gentle crafting and preparing. So we can carry on journaling and making memories and building up new ideas as we go. And thank you all very much for your support and your wonderful comments that I've received so far this month. I wanted to shout out to all the Pats that have written in, and that is Pat from the UK, Pat from Canada, and Pat from Australia. All the Pats. So thank you, girls. I appreciate your comments and you writing in. It's given me a lift and a buzz and a boost to hear what you have to say. And on the theme of Pats, I'd like to shout out to all the expats that write in from around the world. And they say that it's fun to keep in touch and hear what's going on in England, and that has been beneficial for them to hear information from me. So yes, it's a shout out to all the Pats. So Canada, Australia and England. And then Linda, who is an expat out in Cyprus, wrote in, and she was catching up and watching on my previous journal, where I said I was putting stamps in the journal to look and honour all the subscribers from the different parts of the world that were watching. And I left a page, I think, so I could carry on. But I think I've pretty much accounted for most people. Can't even find it. Here we go. And then Linda wrote in, she said, I'm from Cyprus. And I thought, oh, I haven't got Cyprus on here, but I've got space. And I've been looking through and I've thought, well, was that? No, I don't think I'd know, because I've got Greece there and I don't think I've got Cyprus. But then I thought, hang on a minute, hang on. Look, Linda, you're on the first page with your Cyprus stamp, and it's a set sail and a voyage, so your expat travelling out to go and live somewhere else, you are featured. Don't worry, girl, I've got you. And another thing, you said it was nice to catch up, so this is a little message to all the expats that watch my YouTube channel. Currently, a pint of milk is 79p, a first class stamp is 95p, a pint of beer is £3.95 in most places, but it is £5.50 in London right now. £5.50 for a pint of beer in London. There you go. So that's just a little update. Another update is no, you cannot get a doctor's appointment easily, and yes, the rail and the bus and the public transport remain to be awkward. And we've been experiencing problems with Royal Mail strikes. So you said you left 15 years ago. That would have been with Gordon Brown as your Prime Minister. And as we are just exchanging with a new Prime Minister, really nothing has changed. So there we go. I hope you're enjoying Cyprus. If that validates your decision to be there, then there you go. It's expensive here and we can't afford our electric. So apart from all of that, it's fine. I would probably recommend you stay put for now. Okay. Oh, but it has rained, so the garden's looking better. Look, now, moving back into the journaling process, I've got this book which I think we've looked at before, and it is the Botanist Sticker anthology book, which is fun. Lots of inspiration and lots of botanical plants that I can draw from. But here, I went to peel this up and realised that it's one big oval sticker, or two actually, because there's one there. And I thought, oh, wow, I couldn't then put it back because they're not very sticky. They're a bit like washi tape, very low tack. so it won't go back in place, so I feel like I have to use it. But then I looked at it and I thought, well, it's got the lily pad, and I've been talking all about the lily pads at Kew Gardens, and then it's got this which just reminds me, I don't think it is, but it's well, it reminds me, I think it's borage, what you put in your Pims. Borage oil is really good for you in skincare. And yeah, so that has grown in abundance in my garden. This summer, where nothing else was growing, I had the... is it called borage? It is borage. Yeah, borage. It is borage. Is there another name for it? I can't think. If there's another name for borage, let me know, because my mind's gone blank. But my daughter threw some seeds for the bees, seed bombs, in a pack in a flower bed in the garden. And then when everything else was just fried to a crisp this summer, they were the only things that grew, and the bees loved it, and they went absolutely nuts for it, and they were all over this. Yeah, borage. I think it's got another name that we know it by as well. But the flowers are edible, so they can be put in salads and things. Anyway, I know there's lots of UK ladies that do watch, so let me know. I can't think if there's another word for borage, what the bees like, that you can have in your garden. But anyway, we had a lot of it and it went everywhere, so it sort of crept into the lawn, and which makes it sound like I've got a massive garden, which I haven't, but you know, it was everywhere. So that just reminded me of where we're at. So it's dying back now, but these flowers here. And then talking about the lily pad, I can't see if that's straight. I think it's straight enough. Let's go with that. So it's not straight. No. It's all right. The glue's not sticky either. So let's go again. I think once I shut the book on it, it will be fine. Anyway, it's definitely borage, and the bees really liked it. So I'm putting that down here because that just reminds me of the summer. I'm just going to prop that up so I can look at it. If you don't have a bone folder, it's useful to use, an old store card. In fact, that's easier for smoothing out stuck down. And then if any glue comes out, you scrape it away from yourself. You don't get it on your fingers, and you're not working with your hands all over the project either. It's quite a nice way of doing it. So that's... I don't know, something about it doesn't look straight. What I'll do, I think, is ink around the edge, and that will then bring it in a bit more, I think. I'm going to go with walnut stain and just frame and age. That's better. And stop it sort of feeling like it's just floating about like a bubble, which it is. May just make it feel a little bit more contained. That's it. Might have something more on there. I've got that, so I like the little peep through there, and then the shot of blue is working off of here. We've got a bit of blue there, a little bit of blue there, sort of working. That's pretty good for a late night crafting session when you can't think straight. So that's that. But what I did like, what really caught my eye, is the page where I took the circle out. I really liked the edge bit, arguably the bit that would be scrap. So now I'm wondering if I can, and see if we can get this great. All right. So I think that's quite a nice botanical image there. And I'm just wondering whether it's going to work as my front page. Put down glue where I definitely know it's going to go. So this idea just sort of presented itself and I thought, oh, that's a nice frame. It's a bit bright, but pretty much going to be what we need. Okay. So I'm just setting that page up. It's not done. It's just the first layer of where I'll go with it. And then I shall dig out the photos and print them off for a central spread and some collage and some botanics. So this is just a background piece, and what will end up being seen may not be as much as this, and it may have some tissue paper over the top just to mute or dull down, certainly take away the shiny aspect of those stickers that are in that book. But that's where we're at so far. And then I've got this which I might bring here, but I'm not loving the background. But I did make this in a previous video, which was a tissue paper, like a napkin paper, glued down and then backed and sewn onto some wax paper. And we haven't finished this with the kit that is available on my Ko-fi site. You can have a look at the link below. This is available for you, and all the different ways. I had a look at maybe putting them up there. And then this is what I've done this evening. And just gentle crafting, and able to just sit here quietly and just put it together. I like that little peep through. I might like some washi tape down there just to go over. So I'm going to leave it there this evening, and that's where we're at with all of that. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you've had time to process and craft along and just listen to some gentle musings and processing on how I'm doing the journal. It's getting a bit more chunky now, and that's how it's looking. So I think I'd like to make some little extra, maybe some tabs out the side here. I could even have a pen holder. Okay guys, so thank you for watching, and above everything else, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.